Hi, everybody. I'm Meteorologist AJ Colby here in the Weather Center. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is a stuffy one out there, and we've got some rather heavy downpours moving through parts of northeast Ohio in the afternoon heat of the day. Some strong thunderstorms have popped up. We expected that to happen, talking about that yesterday with, of course, a very soupy air mass. You get temperatures in the 90s and dew points in the 70s. The necessary ingredients for thunderstorms cropping up, and that has, as we mentioned, materialized. First of all, let's have a look at radar. Imagine that. That's a good place to start on a day like today, where we find those heavy thunderstorm clusters and even some severe thunderstorm warnings over parts of northeast Ohio, and that includes out over toward Chardon, on into Geauga and Lake counties around Willoughby, Little Mountain, south of Mentor, and also some thunderstorms up in Ashtabula County as well, eastern Lake County. Some rather heavy rain around Geneva on the lake, getting into some heavy thundery weather, and a severe thunderstorm warning also in effect, again, as we mentioned, out toward Kirtland Hills and Kirtland. That severe thunderstorm warning is in effect now. It looks like for about another 25 more minutes, expires in 28 minutes, with 1-inch hail reported, indicated winds to 60 miles an hour. Those are radar indicated. Also have a pretty good thunderstorm down around Bainbridge and some storm clusters on the east side of Cleveland proper. That includes out toward Garfield Heights. You're also on the west side, north of around North Ridgeville, Avon, south of Avon, and out toward Elyria, some storm clusters happening in that neck of the woods right now. Those thunderstorms will continue to rumble through this afternoon, it looks like. And some of those storms, as we mentioned, could have some 1-inch hail in them. Certainly wind gusts to 60 miles an hour, not out of the question. And also Lindale getting in on the action, Brooklyn and east of maybe Rocky River over to Lakewood, picking up some thunderstorm activity as well. So there's our radar tour in detail. Meantime, CribCam showing a little hazy atmosphere out there over downtown Cleveland, where some rain shower activity is noted, not necessarily a full thunderstorm, but enough to wet down the very hot pavement for sure. We'll check the near-shore forecast for boaters. Wind southeast, becoming south, and of course you need to keep a wary eye to the sky. Boaters, waves a foot or less, much higher during any thunderstorm activity. Tomorrow, a south wind becoming west with 1 foot or less waves again, and our water temperature is currently 67 degrees. So there is a marginal risk, this is probably no big surprise, for severe weather, and that is for all of our northeast Ohio counties. Marginal risk is just the first category of 5, with high risk being the highest, the nastiest severe weather. And you can see that all of us in that darker green shade included in a marginal risk. So just some scattered severe weather risk possible. The concerns would be hail and wind. Meantime, from outer space, you can see those storm clusters building in the afternoon heat of the day. Watch those things explode in the heat as we had the numbers soar into the 90s after a record-breaking high temperature, tying temperature in Cleveland yesterday. Today, we didn't get to the 96-degree record, but most of us into the low 90s. And with heat index values so high, of course, you've got to really take it easy on super stuffy days like today. And of course, 3 days or more at 90 degrees or better is an official bona fide heat wave here in northeast Ohio. Also have some tropical activity over the Gulf of Mexico with a tropical system that is spinning away down there. Watching that for further tropical development. Meantime, back home and across the region, there are some showers from about Indianapolis down through St. Louis. No storm clusters. You have to go up to the Arrowhead in Minnesota, down toward Fargo to see any thunderstorm activity. Meantime, how do these maps look going through the next couple of days? Well, through the overnight hours, just like yesterday, kind of a rinse and repeat scenario where we had storms develop in the afternoon heat of the day and then those collapse. I think the same will be the case through the nighttime tonight and into the overnight hours. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. Rain and storms will fizzle out, especially after sunset. Of course, you lose the fuel, which would be the heat of the day, and the sun up there doing its diurnally driven thing. Meanwhile, cold front looks like it's trying to approach, but it is a very pokey mover with Bermuda high pressure in control. A southwest flow keeping the muggies and the hot air intact right on through tomorrow and for the next several days. Here's tomorrow night's map, and that front will try to slip through Thursday afternoon. It will probably trim our temperatures by a couple of degrees. This is a very weak frontal boundary, so not a whole lot of relief behind this thing on Thursday. I think the more potent front comes through on Sunday, and you'll see the extended outlook showing a little bit of a change in air mass, but it's going to take several more days. So how does this thing shape up? Well, we'll give you a closer look at this scenario and how the storm clusters fire up in the heat of the day. There they are right there. And you can see those fizzle out. Then by Wednesday afternoon, another round of thundery weather is possible. I'm giving it about a 20 to 30% probability of stormy weather. And then on Thursday, we're back into drier air. I think we've got a couple of days coming up, as you'll see in the extended, especially Friday and Saturday. Well, hot air will be around, but the probability for rain, even the 20% chance for rain and storms, will eliminate that. Even as dew point levels stay in the 70-degree range, and that is just super stuffy when those dew points get that high. Some drier air is trying to make inroads into the Great Lakes, but I think it's going to be stopped dead in its tracks. So, forecast details for tonight. Not going to be any big surprises here, folks. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, warm and stuffy after any thundery weather that we have this evening fizzles out from the afternoon and evening convection. 76 is just uncomfortable. Bottom line, hopefully you've got the fans and air conditioners running. Keep the pets indoors as well and out of the heat. Leave down plenty of water for them. I said for the 4-foots yesterday. Somebody made a comment on that on my YouTube page. And what is 4-foots? Well, the 4 paws. Mr. Goddard used to call them the 4-foots, or the carbon-based quadrupeds, as opposed to carbon-based bipeds, which would be us humans. Okay. How about for tomorrow? Well, we're expecting sunshine, hazy sun, hot and humid, another hot one, with PM pop-ups. 93 heat index values again will be closing in on 100. South winds becoming northwest later in the day, trying to stir up the air, but I think, if anything, it's just going to move around the hot air. I can relate to that. Here's the extended outlook. Thursday's high 93 with PM pop-ups possible again. So not only Wednesday, but I think Thursday as well. And then, as we mentioned, Friday and Saturday, I'm going to take the probability of precip out. I think the ridge of high pressure aloft is going to strengthen and really tamp down on any convection that may develop. Might there be a renegade thunderstorm? Perhaps, but should be less than 10% probability. Steamy highs in the low 90s, both Friday and Saturday, so you can see that front that I mentioned on Thursday really isn't going to do all that much, not much at all. Then a stormy Sunday, stormy indeed. Sunday night into Monday, if that timing holds packed, that's going to be the highest chance for rain for everybody. Could be a stormy Sunday. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. Still a ways out. 90 degrees, but that's almost a full week of 90-plus temperatures here in Cleveland. It has been a hot one. Stay safe out there, stay cool, and watch out for those carbon-based quadrupeds, the 4-foots, as it were. Everybody stay cool. Appreciate you stopping by here from the AJ Colby Weather Center. I am AJ Colby. Have a great night.